All right, cool. So, make honest to your situation. Um, built upon your energy and separating yourself to things that don't serve you. Make honest to your situation. So, clearly that means not really giving a damn about what your situation is giving you, and for those that surround you, for whatever little opinions that they may throw at you, or um, projecting anything that you in your mind already know that you are in your path. So, to say the least, separating yourself. And that comes down to this social media shit, not being able to follow just individuals just because it's them, having a following for the bigger purpose that they inspire you, and also you want to give back the same, you know, acknowledgement of that I see you doing what you're destined to do. So separate your energy. Displaying your best version. Displaying your best version of yourself at all times, whether it means to have to lower yourself in the third dimension. And I mean, if you want to add the third person, you could gain value by separating yourself to see yourself in the third person. Sometimes having to not be so in tune with the emotion of what somebody is giving you, and looking at the third person self and taking that idea of how you would respond, because that innately is your best version. Mindfulness and stupidity. Mindfulness and stupidity is great for the benefit of self, and how you're able to direct energy that's being thrown at you. You're able to be mindfulness in the ignorance. Mindfulness in the ignorance is bliss. It's relieving and also alleviating that you'll be able to direct certain energies and be able to manipulate it with adding that core value of your mindfulness, because that's all you have is logic, fellas. Not caring on being direct. Being direct is an expectation that a lot of those don't really necessarily know how to do, and not everybody knows how to be direct. Sometimes it's an instance, like an instinct thing, and you really say what's on your mind in a delivery of a message. So you're not thinking about if it's direct or is it, being around the bush. You really getting to your point. It's just in your own way of being that straight to the point. Sometimes it takes people longer. But as long as you're practicing to get to that, directness of where you want to give off, you're doing a good thing. Minimize yourself with superiority and without humor. We do, as males, have a sense of superiority, and women have the notion of wanting to be superior because they know where it comes from. So they're able to give what they already have as emotions to what you're able to build yourself off with. And women nature is emotion, while male's nature is logic, and we'll sit there and think. So if you're able to be superior and you're able to lowball it enough, because you're already bringing yourself low, but you're able to lowball the scenario with humor, then you're able to deliver that superiority without any hastiness of I'm coming off as an asshole. And with this, lastly, show that we disarm any situation. We disarm any situation with those key elements of being honest through your situations and separating that energy. We are able to disarm what may come off as a negative of being understood. And we display our best version through that, with that mindfulness of anybody could take my words and use them against me if I'm not mindful to the stupidity of what they're trying to display. So that builds on not caring on being direct, because your directness comes from a sense or self where you're being honest to the situation, and you're separating yourself because of that integrity of what you're giving off. So be able to not minimize yourself through superiority without the humor of what you're trying to deliver in the message. And humor is the best way to disarm anything, because it shows that you're open to not being so direct. And if you aren't laughing yourself at the humor you're displaying, because the minute that you laugh at something, you're giving off high energy of that's how you really truly feel. So be able to disarm with the notion of being humorous, but not being so directing of being a comic. You're not a comic if that's not your career path. All right. So in the meantime, between time, guys, y'all stay positive, stay meditative, stay true in your path, and good things shall prosper. Stay over the righteousness of what you believe, and no drinking if you're not 21. Okay.